What's up, Transformers fans? Mondo here, back with another Moonbase 84 transmission, and today I'm checking out a KO of the original G1 Sideswipe toy. But quickly, before I do, if you could hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and all that jazz, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, let's get into checking out Sideswipe. Now, I've been interested in checking out some of these KOs of the original G1 toys because that's what I grew up with, and it'd be pretty cool to have some that, you know, aren't the originals. I love my original G1 toys, but, you know, they are old, they're getting brittle in a lot of cases, and sometimes, you know, it makes me nervous to handle them. In some of my then and now videos, I think I've mentioned that. So to me, if these are pretty decent, it's a good way to be able to mess around and play with the toys I had as a kid without that fear. I mean, yeah, they do cost money, and if it broke or whatever, that would suck, but it wouldn't suck as bad if I broke one of my originals. So yeah, so this is the first one. I have Grimlock on the way, and our 40th anniversary, one of those videos, I mentioned that I wanted to look into picking some of the KO Dinobots up, so I could, for that reason, like I just mentioned, mess around with them without fear of breaking. This guy happened to be in my buddy's shop, so perfect opportunity to check one out, even though I do have the Grimlock on the way. What I think is cool is the packaging is, they did a very good job of copying the original G1 packaging. I mean, it's all there. The quality is, on this one at least, is pretty good. I mean, I'm sure there are some imperfections. I haven't had an original G1 toy box in a long time, so, you know, as for the picture quality, I can't say it's exact or how far off it is, but it does a pretty decent job. There you see Sideswipe, the Sideswipe in his alt mode in the window. I do think from what images I have seen is that the yellows are off, where it says Sideswipe on that bar. I believe that's off a little bit, but yeah, all the graphics of the toy and the artwork are pretty close. You get the top where it shows him transforming in 4 steps. That doesn't mean it's just 4 steps per se. It's just that's what they did. Change, finish. You got the big Transformers logo. Another product shot on both sides. And then the really cool artwork. That old G1 artwork, which is really awesome. And the tech spec with his little bio. You can pause if you want to read it. And then you get the decoder to see his stats. And the robot points, which I loved collecting as a kid because you could mail away to get more toys. So I'm going to pop him open and we're going to check him out. Also, quickly, I wanted to add that I was fully planning to save this box, because I don't save a lot of boxes, but it'd be cool to save these because, you know, all the nostalgia of packaging I had when I was a kid. And it is a pretty decent representation. But the only problem is on this one, the plastic cover the glue has come undone. So I probably won't save this one. Hopefully the Grimlock is in better shape. That one's shipping straight from China. We know how sometimes customs handles packages, so it might not fare that well. But anyway, okay, let's get this guy open. So here's Sideswipe out of the packaging with everything that he comes with. He comes with a sprue with his missiles. I took one off to put in the missile launcher because we're going to demonstrate and see if that fires. He comes with his gun. He comes with a label sheet, sticker sheet. Now, the one thing about these knockoffs, the big dig on these knockoffs that I hear a lot of, is that the quality of the stickers aren't that great, and a lot of times they're off-centered. And I think this one here, if you can see that badge, or whatever it is, it looks to be off-centered. People recommend getting stickers from Toy Hacks, so I think I'm not even going to bother applying those and see if Toy Hacks has the Sideswipe. And of course, he comes with his instruction booklet. Now, his instruction booklet, while the box was really nice and, you know, clear and vibrant with all the graphics and everything, the instruction booklet on my copy is very faded. It looks like it's been in the sun a bit too long. I mean, the color is almost all washed away, which is interesting. And throughout it too, you can see it looks like it was just left out in the sun, but that is okay. So we will show his gun again. Oh, and he does come with the rub sign And you know, back in the day, they would come already attached. Some labels were pre-applied in the factory, the rub sign being one of them. And a lot of times I'm seeing these don't even work properly, which I can't get it to work, and my big old mitts can't get it. But that is okay, because sacrilege. Even as a kid, I was never a fan of those rub signs. I always thought they were kind of ugly looking on the figure. I would rather have the traditional Autobot or Decepticon badges, so that is fine by me. I do not care about that at all. I said we would check out the rocket launcher to see if it fires. And it does, and it fires really nicely. I don't know if you saw that in camera. We'll do it once again. Taking a look at Sideswipe in Lamborghini mode, he does have the metal die-cast parts. He's not all die-cast. I get so sick of people saying that the older toys were better for the sole reason that they were all metal. They were not all metal. There were metal parts. It just drives me nuts. But because of that die-cast parts that he does have, he's quite hefty feeling, and he's looking really nice. You get all the nice little details in here. You see the closed lights, clear windscreen, you see some inner workings. And then you do get the rubber tires still in the chrome rims. And there's the back underneath, nice and clean, except for, well, here's a little Sideswipe head. And it does roll really nice because of those rubber tires. And there's that squeak. That's nostalgia right there. Hearing that squeak from a Transformer. They all seem to squeak back in the day. So yeah, really cool. So far the quality on him feels really nice as well. So the only thing to do now is to transform him up into robot mode and take a look at that. So here we have Sideswipe in robot mode, and I just wanted to say quickly, when I was unfolding the instructions all the way, just to make sure I had everything right, I wanted to do it in the right order so I didn't snap anything. The decoder did fall out in another little sticker sheet. Just wanted to mention that you do get that, because the tech spec would have been useless for his rankings if you couldn't decode it. Anyway, so here we have obviously Sideswipe with his accessories. I did not put the missile in the launcher because it kind of has a hair trigger and I didn't need it flying off during our look at the robot mode. But yeah, really cool, nice simple transformation, obviously like what we got back in the day. And I will say what I'm very happy about is that everything was very tight. All the parts you needed to transform him, everything was very tight, not to the point where it was frustrating and it was hard to get things free, where you were afraid you were going to break something, but tight where like everything's just not flopping around. With one exception, the only thing is he holds his gun very loosely. See how easy, like that's the only thing. The gun is very loose in his hand, so I'm going to take it out now. Well, let's try this hand, maybe it's a little tighter. No, see, as you can see, that's okay though. The figure itself is nice and tight in the right range that you would want. And as you can see, the early Transformers wore their car parts. Everything became part of the robot. So you can see his chest is the hood. And of course, I forgot to mention, you still get the nice chrome. Now, I'm not a huge fan of chrome in a lot of ways because I'm afraid of scuffage. Once it starts wearing down, basically, it starts making things look ugly. But on my G1 stuff, I love the chrome because that's the nostalgia of it, the original G1. But yeah, pretty basic, I mean, but still awesome. I'm not saying basic in a bad way. You see some white for his torso and legs, and again that chrome. And the back is nice and tidied up. And of course, first year of G1 especially, I mean, these things were not very articulated at all. I mean, basically all you get is his arm. He can swivel a little bit, the side of the door and his arm there. And that's basically for transformation. Try to get a closer look at his head. Really cool. So yeah, not much else to say, like compared to a modern review, but he looks nice. So to wrap up this look at this KO of the original G1 Sideswipe toy, I'm pretty happy. I mean, there's not anything really negative I can say. I mean, I knew what I was getting into. You know, there is some, I wish the stickers were a little bit better. I guess that's a gripe. But, and they're not very good quality. But besides that, the box is really nice. It's a shame that that glue peeled away. I could have re-glued it. I'm keeping it for now, but I don't know if I'll hang on to it. If my Grimlock has a better condition box, I'll definitely hang on to that. Just cool to have a representation of the boxes I had when I was a kid. As for the toy, overall toy itself, I am really happy. You know, you hear the word knockoff or bootleg, and you know, rightly so, it brings up images and dread of like cheaply made crap, basically. But this is quality. I mean, it feels, you know, it feels right. Everything that, as I mentioned, all the joints and everything are tight. Nothing feels shoddy. I mean, it's a good job, and these things are great so far. Well, my experience with Sideswipe, at least, I can't say all of them obviously, but my experience with Sideswipe is a really positive one. And if they're all like this, man, I'm gonna pick up as many as I can, because it'd be cool to have them. As I said, I have some original G1 figures, and especially the ones from 1984 and 85. Those are the ones that seem to have gotten really brittle over time, and they make me nervous handling. And then once you get into 86 and stuff, they don't worry me as much. But these originals, they make me nervous handling them. So I'm gonna actually go see if there's a Sunstreaker, because I would love to be able to have a Sunstreaker. I'm not really too nervous about messing around with. But these are good, and if they're all of this quality, man, if you don't have a representation of the original G1 and you're interested, I would say pick these up. They're like 40 bucks, I would say, most of the time. And yeah, I couldn't be happier. I mean, for a knockoff, this is great. With that being said, drop me a comment and let me know if you've had any experiences with these G1 knockoffs. And as always, thanks for docking.